guys, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by and for visiting me on my channel. Today's video, it is actually again about the perfume house of JEANNE Arthes. I have already done one video about this perfume house, and this is, you can say, part 2. For those of you who are not aware of JEANNE Arthes, they are located in Grasse, the south of France. This house has many different lines. Their fragrances are sold in places like Carrefour, supermarkets, smaller parfumeries, and also I would say normal supermarkets. They also do a lot of private labeling. Today I will be concentrating on the perfumes which are sold under the JEANNE Arthes label, and also their bio-organic line. It's the natural skincare and perfume line. It is called JEANNE en Provence. The first fragrance I will start with, this one, it is called Perpetual Pearl. This fragrance, it is a bit of a floral, fruity fragrance with a bit of Gommange chocolate notes in there. One of the great things about JEANNE Arthes, even though their fragrances are what you would call, budget price, their fragrances range in price, I would say, from about 6 to 20 euros. Sometimes the packaging is quite nice. On the perfume boxes, they always list the notes and also a good description of the fragrance. This one, the top note, it is neroli, bergamot, pineapple and peach. In the heart note, you have rose, violets and jasmine. And then also in the base note, there is caramel, chocolate and patchouli. This fragrance, it is quite pleasant. It is a fragrance that can be worn, I think, in a lot of different environments. It is not at all offensive. This one is about 11 euros and 60 cents, when it is on sale. It is a pleasant fragrance, and I would say it is well placed in your drugstore or in your more lower end perfumery. From afar, the bottle looks very nice, but what I did not like about this is that the bottle, it is a bit cheap. The top, it is more of a clear plastic. It does not stay on the bottle, and the label here, it was just pressed onto the bottle, and when I got it, the label was already coming off. This is a pleasant fragrance, and I think a bit of a steal for 11.60. The next one that I got, this one, it is called Lover. The bottle, it is quite nice. It is a bit more robust than the bottle for Perpetual Pearl. This one, it has lemon, rose, black currant and lychee in the top note, and this was the reason why I got this fragrance, because of the lychee. The middle note, it is white freesia, lily of the valley and jasmine, and this is all laid on a bed of musk, amber and peach. Actually, the name of this one, the full name, it is Lover in Bloom. It says it is like a bouquet of fresh flowers. The lemon in the top note, it does give this fragrance a bit of a fresh kick in the opening, but this is pretty much it. This one, for me, it did come across like a perfume in the 10 euro price range. One of the great things about JEANNE Arthes is that their fragrances, you can call them budget fragrances, but sometimes the fragrances are very good. This, for me, it is not one of them. This fragrance, the opening is fresh and it just muffs into a mediocre musk fragrance on the skin. The next one that I got, this one, it is called Vanilla Pomme d'Amour. It is a fruity vanilla fragrance. It is supposed to evoke, I guess, candied apple. This one, it is very fruity, and you do have to love fruity fragrances to like this. It is actually in the opening and the heart note a lot more fruity than it is vanilla, but I would say after about half an hour this dries down into a very, I would say, sweet vanilla fragrance. This one, it is not bad. It is a nice fragrance, but it needs a bit of time to settle down. This one just cannot be judged on the opening, because the opening of this one, it is really a fruit bomb. The last fragrance from the JEANNE Arthes label, this one, it is called Balcon Méditerranéen. This one, it is part of the Parisian Way of Life series. The bottle of this one, it is very beautiful. This one, it is a citrus scent. The top note, it is lemon and mint. The heart note, it is jasmine and peony. And the base note, it is cedar wood and sugar. Out of the second lot, this one was my favorite. The opening of this fragrance, it is more of, I would say, it smells like pink grapefruit. This fragrance, it gives me Escale de Portofino vibes. I don't know if you guys can remember. It was a line from Dior, a line for summer, spring, where they had 3 fragrances. It was Escale de Portofino. Escale de Pondicherry was the second one. I think this is how you say it. And there was a third fragrance which I can't remember. But I did love Escale de Portofino, and this fragrance, when I smelled it, it immediately reminded me of Escale de Portofino. It has the same vibe. Actually, this is one of the cheapest ones in all the fragrances that I got, and this one was the best one. These 3 fragrances, they make up the Parisian way of life. I do have all 3 of them. The first fragrance that I actually bought was one of those, and this one, it is called Balade à Paris, and it is called Soirée Rooftop. This one has a beautiful opening of pink pepper and peach, and the other one, it is called Macaron Amande. This one, it is a Gommange fragrance. It is pistachios and almond. And these 3 fragrances, if you did not know it, you would think that they are department store fragrances. I need to clear my nose a bit because this Pomme d'Amour, yeah, this vanilla fragrance, it is quite potent. Anyway, I got 2 fragrances from the JEANNE à Provence line of fragrances from JEANNE Arthes, and I also got a body scrub. The JEANNE à Provence, yeah, this is their quasi-bio line. The first one, it is called Le Temps des Ciguës, and this one, it is described, let me see. It is almond and blackberry bush flower. It says JEANNE à Provence invites you to dream while listening to a flowery, delicate poem with blackberry bush flower. The second one, yeah, this one, it is called Un Matin de la Roserie. Yeah, it is supposed to be a rose garden. It is rose and Angélique. In this one, yeah, the top notes, it is green leaf. Lily of the Valley and Angelica. The middle note, it is rose, jasmine, roseberries and carnation, and it is laid on a bed of cedar wood, amber and musk. In this fragrance, I got very little rose, a lot of carnation, and this one was for me an immediate scrubber. I do not get headaches very often from fragrances, and this one gave me a headache as soon as I smelt it. It is a pity because it is such a nice bottle. Also, the other one, Le Temps de Secred, this one I was really excited about because from the notes, it sounded like it would be something very nice. Unfortunately, both of those fragrances were quite disappointing. I know they are natural fragrances, but the lasting power, it was next to nothing. The bottles, they are very beautiful and I will use them to decorate my backdrop. I will not give this to anyone because I just think these fragrances are a bit poorly formulated. I also got the body scrub. I got this in Jasmine Secret. This does not smell very much like jasmine. It has a bit of an artificial smell. This did cost €5.99. This is something you would get in the drugstore, and it does belong in the drugstore. It is a bit pasty on the skin. The texture, it feels more like you are adding a moisturizer to the skin, and it does not exfoliate. I really had a lot of high hopes for the JEANNE Arthes line because it said it was a bio line and the packaging was so beautiful, but all three products that I tried, they were not up to par, and it is a bit sad because the JEANNE Arthes line, it is a bit more expensive than the normal JEANNE Arthes because it is supposed to be bio. This is it for my part 2 review, my part 2 presentation of fragrances from JEANNE Arthes. I did find another very good one. This is the Balcon Méditerranéen. So it was not all a flop. By the way, the Perpetual Pearl, this is also not a bad fragrance. I just don't like this bottle. JEANNE Arthes, they normally have very nice bottles for their fragrances. I know JEANNE Arthes, it is a very popular line, so please send me a few comments if you have purchased or you are using any one of those. They have such a huge array of fragrances. I will still keep testing and buying those. I don't think I will be trying anything else from the JEANNE Arthes line. I think this one, it is just not for me. I will link the last video I did about JEANNE Arthes to this video in the end card so you can take a look at that. In the last batch, I did find quite a few good fragrances. Ciao!